So they've released the cast of what is going to be the new titled show, Dexter Original Sin. And the name's fine. I don't know. Little after side names. Sounds like a Black Sabbath album. And admittedly, I honestly don't recognize the cast at all, which is very cool. To be completely honest, doing a Dexter origin story is exactly where I wanted them to go. So I'm excited about this. I don't know how they're going to be able to do this and pull it off. I don't know how they build tension. I feel like we know that these characters are going to live through everything they go through. So hopefully they don't focus so much on that, but and not putting these characters through. Like, I kind of want Deborah to be completely maybe doing her own thing. I don't know. Like, I don't know what you do with Deb, because she's oblivious to everything going on. I love the idea of having a Dexter and Harry kind of thing going on. I feel like they're just gonna have to end up retconning some stuff, because to me, I don't know. Maybe what we got, the flashbacks from the original show, are just a little bit of what they actually went through. But I always got the impression, and maybe I just had to go through the show again. I went through it a few times years ago, but I always got the impression that Harry was very disturbed by what he created. Like, he never actually saw anything until he walked in on Dexter that one day, and that was what caused his suicide. So I don't know if they're going to change that and make it to where Harry is a little more involved. I don't know. Maybe Dexter and Harry are a Batman and Robin duo. Originally, I think he was going to be at the beginning of his days of the Miami Metro, and now what I'm reading, it seems more like he's in college. I don't know. Maybe they'll have a transition into the Miami Metro. Literally, the only times I've ever read these actors' names are when I just read them. So I don't know them from anything, but I prefer that, because I didn't know the actors from Dexter from anything when I first watched the show at the beginning, and I've loved it. I just hope that the actors don't try to do an exact copy of the characters. They do kind of their own thing, but while still feeling like their characters. That's probably an obvious opinion, but I just don't want to feel like they're like, I don't want to see the girl that's playing Deborah. I don't want to see her trying to do Deborah's kind of lip or something. Maybe she can do it really well. You know, it's kind of like when there's certain mannerisms that people have, like Josh Brolin, when he's playing a younger Tommy Lee Jones, they both kind of they can pull off the same kind of looks. So maybe she'll be able to pull it off and it'll be uncanny, but I don't want it to feel, weird. I don't want it to feel like she's doing an impersonation. As far as the dad, it's all about his personality, right? So as long as he feels like a stern dad, he's worried, he's a guy taking care of a serial killer. But it'll be fun to see more of Harry and more of what he went through. That's not just in Dexter's imagination, but the real guy. Like, what was the real guy actually feeling a lot of the time? I think this is exciting. I think this is really cool. This will be a lot of fun to see Dexter's earlier years. I guess what I don't want to see, relationship stuff. Stay away from the relationship stuff in Dexter. We've seen Dexter go for many, many, many relationships. I would like to see this be really more focused on Dexter. And if it can just feel like the stalking in the night, the urges to kill, I kind of want to see how he struggles with being human more. Very season 1 kind of stuff. Hearing his inner monologue, and I hope it's a little darker than the original show. Yeah, I guess just a darker tone. It's really going to depend on how these characters or how these actors play these characters, and what other new actors or new characters we're going to get. I don't want to see a younger versions of the Miami Metro. Honestly, I feel like it might come off a little cheesy, and I don't know. I'd rather just this feel kind of like its own, almost like a reboot, but at the same time a respectful addition to the original show. Make it kind of fill in some gaps of things that maybe we weren't asking for, but it'll make us look at the original show when we rewatch it, and maybe make us appreciate those characters a little more. And kind of in a way, when you watch Better Call Saul, I now know when I rewatch Breaking Bad, I'm going to look at Saul Goodman in a whole new light. And it's I kind of want that when I rewatch the show again. I hope that I can kind of see Dexter in a new light, Harry in a new light, and same with Deborah. But I don't know if they're going to really do that. I don't know. Maybe this will be more of a reboot kind of a thing. I don't want Trinity to come into it. I don't want. Maybe if they could just. It would be interesting if, I don't know, we kind of hear about a killer or something, that like the Trinity killer or something, but we get like a younger casting just for a wink. Maybe we see him in the background or something like that. We hear his voice. It would be his voice. You could just hear his voice and you'd know who it is. Get that music or something, a version of that music. But I'm a huge fan of Dexter. I love the show. It was Breaking Bad and Dexter. If you were watching both of those back in the day, that was like peak TV. And then you throw in The Walking Dead coming into the picture. I mean, God, TV was just so great back then. Not that it's not great now, but there was just something special about it. It was like right before streaming took over. So I'm excited for this show. I hope it can. I mean, with how I didn't really care for how Dexter ended. So hopefully this can do something new, something fresh, something that feels like today, while also showing respects to the old show. So yeah, those are my thoughts, and thank you for listening.